Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. As always, I'm Captain Beefy. This is the Game Vault. We're going to head over to the Anomaly and take a tour of the Anomaly today for those of you who are new to the game. If you're familiar with this game and you've been around for a few years, then you probably know everything we're going to talk about here. But let me know if I missed anything or, if you learned anything new that you may not have thought of. So, let's cue up the music, and we'll go check it out together. Alright, first things first, you're going to notice this right here in the front of the Anomaly. This is the actual Nexus. Whenever you land, this is one of the main things you're going to see right away. It's going to show you if there are missions available to you, and you see those little orange circles right there indicate that I've got 3 missions I can run today, and that cube up there indicates that I have a weekend mission that I can run. Here's the weekend mission, get you 1800 silver. I recommend doing that every weekend if you can, and this would be one of the 3 daily missions I can run. When I use this one up and come back in, another one will appear in its place until all of those circles are gone. So you can stack up a couple of those missions. I think it's either 3 or 4, and then they don't stack anymore. So if you don't do them every couple days, you're going to be missing out on Quicksilver. If you haven't got everything with everything you can buy with Quicksilver yet, I recommend doing them daily. Now, as you can see, these missions are always worth checking out when you do come into the Anomaly, because you get some really cool stuff like a salvage frigate module. Those things come in handy, huge, especially when you're starting out in the game. So that's something to look forward to. In fact, if I did that and that, I'd end up with 2 salvage frigate modules for just a couple of missions. Now, when you do collect Quicksilver, just to the right of the Nexus is our buddy here, the Quicksilver Synthesis Companion. This is where you will spend your Quicksilver on items that are mainly cosmetic. There's a couple odds and ends in there that aren't. But not only that, you can collect expedition rewards if you've completed expeditions on other characters and you want to collect them for this character. As you can see, I've done that already. And you can also collect Twitch rewards if you ever get Twitch drops by watching streams on Twitch. Let's see, I got a bunch of these available. Alright, if we continue heading over to the right-hand side of the Anomaly, right of the Quicksilver guy, we got a couple guys in here that you may or may not want to talk to, and a couple things you can do that are kind of cool. You have Helios, and Helios is worth visiting once in a while because you can give him data and ask about derelict freighters. So when we give him data, he'll give us nanites. And you can see we made a couple hundred nanites there. And ask him about a derelict freighter, and we can only do this like once a week. But he gives us an emergency signal scanner, which normally costs at least $5 million from a space station, or 5 million units, so that's well worth it. Then we got our buddy over here, Ares. Ares is also worth talking to. You will turn in milestone data if you have any. I don't have any right now because I think this character's pretty much done everything that can be done, but if you got a new character and you're, just starting up, or even if you've been playing for a while and you haven't visited this guy for a while, he can be a great source of nanites. Anytime you get a milestone, whether it's words learned, number of warps you've done, how many sentinels you've killed, that sort of stuff. Anytime you get one of those milestones, you can go in here and, he'll count them up and divvy out some nanites to you. Kronos is kind of a pain. You can turn in food to him. He will eat it, judge it, and give you nanites for it. But in my experience, the amount of nanites he gives you for the food, it's a drag doing that. It's kind of a pain in the ass, actually. So, but, he's there. If you cook up a whole bunch of really good stuff, like some high-end food items, and turn them into him, yeah, you'll walk away with some nanites. It just takes a long time. There's no fast way to do it. We got an egg sequencer here, where we can put in an egg, and then we can add stuff to it to alter it and make the baby creature that comes out a little different than the parent. Otherwise, you're going to pretty much have a carbon copy of the parent. This is a way to make really small creatures into larger versions of themselves, large creatures into even larger, so forth and so on. There's a lot of different things that will impact stuff here. I don't notice a lot with the gene splitter and the dye injector. I mean, the dye injector, I've seen some interesting color changes. As far as the gene splitter, I've never seen anything altered by that. So, yeah, it is what it is. But the growth hormone definitely shows up. Now, you will hit a threshold. You can't just keep making them bigger and bigger until they're, the size of a planet. They will they will stop growing larger eventually. So, yeah, you want to watch that. And the neurocalibrator, this makes it whether or not he's more friendly and helpful or kind of aloof and so forth and so on. So, a really cool thing to mess with. And, a good way to customize your pets if you want. Anytime you grab a companion off a planet and tame it, you have the opportunity for it to lay an egg. So if you take that egg and bring it here, that's how you can take that parent and make it, make its offspring something somewhat different. Got our appearance modifier. This is where you can change the way your guy looks, any race, affect each piece of equipment he's wearing, as well as the colors on it. You can also change your title here, your banner, and which emblem you use. Like I've got the little, what do you call it, jellyfish-looking guys there. Excuse me. And of course the colors. Backpack will give you a cape if you have capes. Backpacks, different styles of those, and you can change what your jetpack trail will look like, different colors and different settings to that. So pretty cool for customizing your character and making him look unique. Alright, so upstairs, right above the Nexus, you're going to find Polo and Nada. Now these two guys are instrumental in getting you through the Artemis journey and the Atlas path, so you're going to want to come visit them regularly if you're on those different paths, so they can help point you in the right direction and advance the story for you. That's about all they do, and eventually you'll be able to locate black holes on the galactic map and stuff, which makes traveling more interesting, so there's that. If we head straight down the hall here, this is where we can spend a ton of resources, mainly nanites, but also salvage data modules, right? You can get new stuff for your ship. You can get new stuff for your suit. You can also upgrade your suit here. Now this is cool because every system you go into, you can upgrade your suit one time for money, right? If you bring the Anomaly into that system, you'll be able to upgrade it a second time. So if you're really looking to upgrade your suit quickly, or if you want, even if you just say, oh my god, I just want to get 10 suits or 10 slots real quick so I could do this, jump 5 times and each time pull in the Anomaly, go to the space station here, and that'll get you your 10 slots pretty quickly. This guy's going to give you multi-tool research that you can look at. And this here is a weapon terminal. There's always a random weapon here, and it's usually about as exciting as that one. And here's our exocraft guy. So, and we'll just take a closer look at him, for instance. So this is where you can get all the upgrades that you have to install. And it's like that with all of these guys, for the multi-tool, for the suit, and for the ship. That's where you get all that good stuff. Over here on the left-hand side, as we're coming in, this is the construction research station, and this is where you spend your salvage data. And you're going to need a lot. I think you need over 900 to get everything that's in here. And it's broken down into different sections and all, and yeah. It takes a lot of work to clean this out. You'll need lots and lots and lots of salvage data. And last but not least, this one's cool. This is the synthesis laboratory. This teaches us new recipes, and it costs us nanites to do so. They're not really bad, but you ever come across one of those things that say you need an Atlas pass to open it? Well, here's how you do it. Now, these do work on trees, so you need to have this one active so you can do this one, and that one, and then that one will open that one, and so on, right? It's pretty sweet. And you work your way down here. And these are all like building materials and stuff to recharge things in this side. If you hit the R1 or the L1 to switch over, you're going to come to valuable products. And this is where you can figure out how to make these things that you find constantly throughout the game. Usually from frigate missions and so forth, they'll show up, but there's other ways to do it. Also, if you need glass or living glass for building, Sometimes you're going to need circuit boards. You know, you can buy these things or find them in the wild, but it can be challenging sometimes. So it's good to come here and spend some nanites and get that going. And once you really go to town, you can build stuff like this, the stasis device or the fusion igniter. Both of those are worth a lot of money. So, you know, you can work your way through this tree and say, all right, I want to build stasis devices. I need quantum processors, or I need, I'm sorry, cryogenic chambers, which require living glass and a cryopump. Cryopump requires hot ice and thermic condensate. Well, there's the hot ice. And where's the thermic condensate? There it is up here. You know, rich carbon and nitrogen salt for that. So on and on, you can see what you need to get to make these things, and then you can set up, you know, bases or your spaceship to farm these things, and you know, let you make a lot of money really, really quick. That's about it for the middle section here. Now over here on the right, this section doesn't have a lot going on, but it does have some cool stuff. We got our boy here, Mercury. What's up, dude? This will take you to any system that you've been to. You know, it works like a, you know, standard teleporter on your ship. What's cool is it also will show you, and you know what, we're going to have to enable, no, I'm not going to enable network right now, but if the network's enabled and you're in multiplayer, you'll be able to see bases that other players that aren't in your party or group have made, and sometimes they'll be in different galaxies. So if you ever want to go galaxy hopping and you don't want to have to go through the center of the galaxy, you can come to the Anomaly and check it out, and anytime you see one in a different galaxy, you can be like, screw it, I'm going to go there and check it out, you know, and just travel to it. That's a free trip there. While you're there, set up a basic base somewhere, you know, even if it's just a waypoint. That way you always have access to go back to it later on if you want. Here's our buddy with the little Sentinel journey. We talked to him about that. This is the guy from the Singularity mission that just got done, the expedition. And then back here, last but not least, this is mainly for the Artemis quest. You'll be dealing with this room at some point in time during Artemis's journey. Terminal Prime. So yeah, there's a ton going on at the Anomaly. It's definitely worth getting used to, and it's definitely, there's a couple things I would do, especially if you're starting off a new game or you're a new player, every time I come here. First of them, I would check the Nexus portal for missions right away. Always see what's going on in there just to see if you can get some really good goods. You can also make money, you can earn nanites there, all kinds of fun stuff. That's one thing I would definitely do. The second thing I would do is I would come over and visit our two guys over here that can possibly give you nanites, one for your discoveries and the other for your achievements, or your milestones I should say. And then I would go get the extra slot for my suit, and then go to the teleporter just to see if I could go find something pretty cool there and go to a new galaxy maybe, or, you know, Hello Games often has, well, they pretty much always have some featured bases there, and these things are spectacular. These things are labors of love. These things make anything I build look like a dumb kid with the cheap Legos trying to build something. You know, it's amazing what they do. Absolutely fantastic. So if you ever want to go be wowed a little bit and just kind of chill out and see what it's like to be an amazing builder, then you're going to want to see those featured places. But like I said, it also could be a free ride to a new galaxy, which is definitely a win every single time you do it. Alright guys, so if you found this video useful at all, please leave a like on it down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.